Okay, recording another video. It's a 5-minute brain workout. I'm gonna read dictionary, starting with background, and it's day 3 of week 8 of year 2020. Alright, so I'm not gonna explain anything. I explained everything in yesterday's video. In case came here unexpectedly by some mistake, stumbled upon this video. I'll move this one a little bit so it's nice and balanced. Yep, move this one. Oops. Yeah, likey. I know it's not that balanced. Like this. It's better. Alright, so we're gonna read 5 minutes and I'll change the screen to this one. And time starts now. Here we go. Background.
Background.
So this is a pronunciation, British.
Background.
An American. It's countable. Someone's family, education, previous work, etc. Students with a background in chemistry will probably find the course easier. It's important to understand other people from different backgrounds. Do you know anything about his background? Next one. The situation or past events that explain why something happens in the way that it does. Background 2. Without knowing the background to the case, I couldn't possibly comment. Against a background of something. The peace talks are being held against a background of increasing violence. Background information details a data. The author included a new chapter of background material to the second edition of the book. Okay, so what sort of sentences we could make? So background among all these words would mean something that's happening in the background. It could be either situation or events. So let me tell you about the background of how we purchased the house. Let me tell you about the background of what happened before this court case. The background of this woman are pretty grim, but at the end it turns out victorious and bright. Countable, usually singular. The area that is behind the main thing that you are looking at, especially in the picture. The background looks out of focus. In the background you can see my college friends. So background means behind. So also in the picture. Okay, so you can see a person standing there, but in the background is a nasty factory where she works. Countable, usually singular. The area that is behind the main thing that you are looking at, especially in the picture. Okay, so we read that. Number 4, countable. The pattern of color on top of which something has been drawn, printed. Red lettering on a white background. Red lettering on a white background. Okay, it's the same thing. Countable and uncountable. The sounds that you can hear apart from the main thing that you are listening to in the background. So it can be sounds as well. So basically anything that is a little less important. Okay, in the background I could hear the sound of traffic. Of the background noise made it difficult to have a phone conversation. And here we go. I have some collocations. So this is what word background is usually used with. Oh, funny, it just goes so fast backwards, so I can go page down and navigate back if there is a very long definition. Okay, so collocations, a family background. Many kids lack a stable family background. Social background. Universities aim to attract students from varied social backgrounds. Cultural background. Some of his attitudes were due to his cultural background. Ethnic background. We do not discriminate against people because of their ethnic background or gender. Class background is an important factor in the level of schooling achieved. Class background. It doesn't actually explain what it means. Class background. Socioeconomic background. Smokers often come from poorer socioeconomic backgrounds. Educational academic background. The interviewer will ask you about your educational background and work experience. Postgraduate students come from a wide range of academic backgrounds. Professional background. Managers can come from a wide range of professional background. A working class, middle class background. I came from a very poor working class background. A deprived, disadvantaged background. The school has a high percentage of pupils from disadvantaged backgrounds. A poor background. His poor background prevented him from going to medical college. A privileged, wealthy background. All the top jobs were taken by people from privileged backgrounds. Are we going to... Okay, have a background in something. We are looking for someone who has background in science. Come from a background. Mark and I came from a very similar backgrounds. Phrases. A range of backgrounds. People from a wide range of backgrounds go to watch football. Alright, and then we have thesaurus. Okay, so I think that would be the only word that we're gonna go through today, because 5 minutes is already gone. So I'll just finish this thesaurus and upload the video. Class. A group of students or school children who are taught together. There are 20 kids in the class. She gets along well with the other children in her class. I'm going out with some friends from my dance class. I graduated in 1999. What class were you in? Background. So class and background. How is class and background the same thing? The type or interchangeable? The type of home and family you come from, and its social class. The school takes kids from all sorts of backgrounds. We come from the same town and share a similar background. Working class, middle class, etc. background. Yes, that would be background, but not class, as in school. The organization helps children from working class backgrounds to go to university. Middle class, belonging to the class of people who are usually well educated, fairly rich, and who work in jobs which they have trained to do. For example, doctors, lawyers, managers, and middle class. The newspaper's readers are mostly middle class. They live in a middle class neighborhood on the edge of town. White collar. Someone who works in an office, not a factory, mine. White collar. Work job, employee. The economic recession has put many white-collar workers in danger of losing their jobs. Working class. Belonging to the class of people who do not have much money or power and who have jobs where they do physical work. For example, factory workers, builders, and drivers are working class. Most of the people who live around here are working class. I come from a working class family. The first one to graduate from college. Blue collar. Blue collar. Someone who does physical work, for example, in a factory or mine, and does not work in an office. Blue collar worker, job, employee. His political support comes mainly from blue collar workers. Upper class. Belonging to the class of people who originally had most of the money and power, especially families that own a lot of land. Most senior politicians in the UK are from upper-class families. He spoke with an upper-class accent. Underclass, the lowest social class, who are very poor and may not have jobs, homes, etc. The government has created an underclass who do not feel they have any rights in society. Yeah. Alright. Are we going to a sort of divisive definitions? I wonder who works on these dictionaries. This is actually quite obvious in the dictionaries, that how they try to frame certain definitions. Alright, so let's upload it. That was the same with the Kobil dictionary. That was just so blatantly divisive. How they divide people not by skills and knowledge, but by the how they framed the definitions by the ideology. Actually quite sad. It's the program in people's mind. It's how the society is programmed through the definitions of, or through the narrative. You can see the narrative being translated into the dictionary definitions. Alright, so let's stop recording.